Hello.
Hi. So we're doing a ride home review from the Telluride Film Festival. It's Saturday night. We just saw the world premiere of Steve Jobs.
These lights are gonna screw.
We're gonna do the best we can here. It's not really.
We're gonna be on windy mountain roads, so I'm gonna be paying attention to driving.
Also,
but yeah, we're in Telluride, Colorado.
Mounted. I'm holding it with my arm.
The sticky on the GoPro gives us a lot of trouble. It's not sticky enough.
So we went to a special thing. We saw the world premiere of Steve Jobs, directed by Danny Boyle, with a tribute to Danny Boyle beforehand. Seth Rogen's in it, Kate Winslet's in it. They were in attendance. Michael Fassbender is the star, but he was not in it because he's filming Assassin's Creed.
Which I didn't know they were making a movie of.
They are?
They are.
Couldn't
He's
tell you
starring
what.
in it.
So
yeah, that was crazy,
thoughts
right?
on, yeah, that was fun.
It was a special, the film, it was not just the world premiere of the film, but it opened with a special tribute to Danny Boyle at the beginning, which was very nice. I'll go up another block.
So, since we're some of the first people to see it, we should probably tell you what we think about it. Isn't that what we do on this show?
Do we want to review it?
Aren't we supposed to?
What did you think?
It's hard for me to, really...
We kind of have a biased perspective based on the outstanding presentation we just experienced.
Yeah. But, I mean, we also been out in the cold all day.
Yes.
A little tired. So I don't know if...
I just want to give a shout out to the Telluride Film Festival for being the best film festival I've ever been to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not lost on us that we're also probably some of the first people YouTube reviewing this movie, so for whatever that's worth.
Well, yeah.
Ta-da.
So let's review it.
Yeah.
So
it's a good movie.
It's good. It's
good.
different. It's different from most biopics because it isn't a biopic, really. It's
right.
like
I kind of felt
study.
like it almost rewrote the book on biopics or however you pronounce it.
It did not follow the typical formula. It kind of had some formula.
Right.
And it was just kind of these... Aaron Sorkin wrote it. His dialogue's great. It's very fast-paced, back and forth.
Very fast-paced.
The whole structure of the film, if you don't know, which you might not, is it takes place through 3 different periods of Steve Jobs' life, right before 3 important product launches.
Yes.
So the whole thing is kind of these... It all takes place backstage, these conversations with people. It kind of had, in a weird way, it kind of reminded me of Birdman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
thought about
This
that.
backstage... The backstage drama before the presentation.
And all of the moving shots. Like, everything was a moving shot.
It wasn't moving as much as Birdman is very much
not that
moving.
much.
But,
But it was a lot of walking through hallways and...
visually speaking, it's not crazy visuals or actually, it's just... You got to be paying attention to the content.
It's kind of it's exactly what you would expect from a Danny Boyle and Aaron Sorkin collaboration.
Yeah.
It is equal parts both those people.
Yeah.
Which is great. Those are great.
Yeah.
2 great
It
people.
also doesn't work without Michael Fassbender being as good as he was.
He's just good at everything.
He was amazing, I thought. And
I want to see him
kind of
be bad. He's never been bad at anything. Yeah, so one thing that's interesting is right off the bat, he doesn't look just like Steve Jobs by any means.
No, and what's interesting is Danny Boyle kind of said he didn't care.
He kind of spoke to that beforehand. He got a couple questions from Todd McCarthy from Variety beforehand. It was kind of a nice little look into it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's kind of speaking to the fact that this movie embodies all the people that worked on it. So this version of Steve Jobs is a mix of Aaron Sorkin's writing and Michael Fassbender's, what he brings to the table, as well as Danny Boyle's direction. So it is very much the pieces of these people, which is good. Like I said, these are great people to be made out from.
And a lot of what I kind of read about Steve Jobs or heard was in there, but also some things I didn't know. And they don't really hold back from showing you what his good and bad things, because he has some very bad things.
I don't know if I felt like he was redeemed or anything.
I didn't feel that he was.
That's what I thought was
I felt like I was
nice.
watching Kanye West almost. Like that's like.
Well, yeah, because
he's a
it
chauvinist.
was that nice
What I enjoy about it is it felt like since Steve Jobs' death, we've had so much idolization of him, and I don't know right from wrong with his regard to his story, but I'm feeling with the prestige of this movie that they must be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of nice that it did sort of tear down that icon a little bit.
The only thing, though...
It made him into he was
a
person.
Yeah, they tried to kind of fix it, though, maybe in the last closing moments. Which
maybe.
Kind of a little
But it was nice
rushed.
that he didn't really fix everything either. He still like had a feud with Woz and everything, and Steve Wozniak was there, which is cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how he felt watching that. You know, I was trying.
And I
Wow.
believe John Scully
Yeah.
was very much involved in the project too. So like all these people, I think they said like everybody except Steve they were able to talk to and consult on the
pretty
movie.
much. So
So in that sense, it feels sort of like a definitive take on the character. But I have
Jeff Daniels in it. He's
He's
just
great.
he's
Oh, yeah, he's
great.
awesome.
I can't forget about him.
it's John Scully.
Uh,
I thought it was a nice. I think probably for movie purposes, some of the conveniences of the conversations before each thing must have been sort of. There's a lot of coincidence that like he's able to have all these important conversations right before each
yeah.
product launch, and probably some of that's a little dramatized. I would
yeah, I'm
think.
sure.
But it worked nicely. It was a nice, unique story structure.
Yeah.
Well
And the
shot,
music-
beautifully shot.
The music.
I
As
have no
always,
complaints.
Danny Boyle always has
Yeah.
great music and outstanding little cinematography moments. Great editing, which is not something that stands out a lot, but one thing I love with Danny Boyle is he's always playing with little tricks, little quick edits, little flashes of things.
Yeah,
There's
like
a
when it
little
was.
flash. He's thinking of something. There's a couple frames of a shot of his daughter, or
Well, he said
when they're talking about
crashes, it
when they're talking
crashes.
about when it crashes. There's a
Yeah.
thing where you think the encode on the video must have messed up or something. This being
Yeah.
the world premiere, for a second you're like, oh shit.
Right.
And then every time they say the word crashes in this conversation, it happens again. You realize that's like a
Yeah.
cool,
It's
kind of
yeah.
a Fight Club thing, you know,
Yeah,
where they're
yeah, I
working
agree.
that stuff into the
Very inventive.
picture.
And also, they never actually showed him present. It was always right before he
Right.
presents, which I thought was awesome.
Right. It wasn't
And
about
they
the
don't-
products.
yeah.
It wasn't about Apple. It was about Steve Jobs.
And they don't, try to explain things too carefully. Like you pick up on what you can and go with it.
Yeah.
And I
it's
was
very
surprised
fast-paced.
it wasn't even about any of the latest Apple stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that
Right.
was
Yeah.
You
interesting.
know, that's
iPhone,
our like
yeah.
generation.
It's-
Which
None
I
of
think
that.
those choices were down to this. These were the formative years
Yeah.
of Steve Jobs.
It didn't even go
After
to
that
the,
iMac launch, we all know that Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
You're right.
And so I thought that was kind of bold too. They don't go
Mhm.
for the easy.
Right.
Yeah,
Here's the iPhone.
yeah.
You all have one sitting here. We did unfortunately have one of the most annoying people sitting behind us.
That was.
Yeah.
Very
that was-
disrespectful. In the middle of like the end of a scene that was really fast-paced dialogue, he screams out, and this is a world premiere. He screams out, "Sorkin!" It was very
I hope
obnoxious.
he watches this review, so that we're very
I
disappointed.
hope so.
Well,
Very
everybody
sick.
hushed him around.
I mean, I didn't like.
It's just this is a world
disturb
premiere.
me.
They're
It
all
was
there.
just not
You
the
just
right.
don't
It wasn't
be
the right
respectful.
It's not a concert.
audience.
Yeah, this isn't a
It's
rock
not a
concert.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a presentation.
Well, he was
of
doing that even in the Q&A.
He just
Yeah.
wanted to be like, I know. Who
He wanted everybody to
Sorkin
know
is.
that he knew who Aaron Sorkin was. We all know who he was. He was
And
in the
fucking
building with
introduced
us.
him.
What else?
What else?
I think it's interesting that Kimmer and I use the
Oh.
bathroom at the same rate as Seth Rogen.
And
as
Danny
Danny
Boyle.
Boyle.
Danny
Y'all
Boyle.
both went to the bathroom with Seth Rogen and
Yeah.
Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
It's sort of the new lobby in the industry.
I mean, that's what's
Right.
really awesome about the Telluride Film Festival is it's not all this like paparazzi and stuff. We walk into the hall of the theater and Danny Boyle's 10 feet away from us.
Yeah,
It's
no
like-
security.
Anyway,
He's one of my
took the
favorite
sync with him.
directors, and it was like, holy shit. Same thing happened last year. They did Francis Ford Coppola tribute. And it was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I say it was worth the 3-hour wait.
We did wait in line very long to
Yeah.
make sure we got a good spot, and it was worth it.
It was.
It's
Yeah.
very cool
For
to
the
be like
presentation.
on the inside of
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
all.
it is. It's neat.
It feels like we're watching it with like the producers and executives at
We were.
in the screening
Universal
room
and
almost.
stuff,
That's
yeah.
what it felt like.
It was really reassuring to me actually to hear him talk about the music in the Q&A, and that like that they wrote the story and got everything, and then the music is what they brought in.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
a
the
little surprised. It seems
the
like he
Q&A
tailors
had a lot of kind of
scenes.
questions about Danny Boyle in general, his career, because we watched all these clips from Trainspotting and Slumdog and everything, and he asked him if
That's a
he
testament
knows the
to
music
him.
ahead of time or not, because obviously the music is notable, especially in the clips they showed. And he's like, no, usually it comes. He really gave a lot of credit to editors. Like the music comes out in the editing. He
Yeah.
said movies are made in the editing room,
Yeah, he's very.
even though all the actors are sitting right there.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and the writer.
Yeah.
He's a great director. And I thought that was a nice little warm up to watch his movie and then watch like clips from all of his other
Oh
movies
yeah,
right
Yeah.
before.
so cool.
As a very special treat.
Yes. I haven't been making eye contact very often.
with the
I'm
camera.
holding it. Right?
Yeah, I'm watching the road because it's raining and we're on a windy mountain road, so I'm not looking at the viewers at home.
That's not fair to them.
Hey guys.
I'm kidding. Don't even look over here. Well,
we couldn't turn our front lights on because it was going to be distracting, so we had to be safe.
It beats the Kutcher movie.
It's a little bit better than the Ashton Kutcher movie, I'd say.
I haven't seen it.
It's pretty bad.
I believe you. I go ahead and say it's better than this.
Yeah. Well, this isn't, that was very much fluffy Ashton Kutcher, making Steve Jobs look like a great guy. Like, oh, the legend. And this is like the truth behind the legend, I guess.
Yeah.
So I feel like between everything, and there's been like 100 documentaries on him, there's a new one coming out. It's like, I think we all finally get who this guy was. I think we've all gotten the full picture now.
Right.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job of capturing what. Yeah, he was
I just
brilliant and but also he was
tragic,
cold, and horrible.
And I love all the little touches, the little visual touch. Danny Boyle kind of spoke to this being one of his most challenging films because it's all dialogue and there's not like a lot. You can't really. He kind of admitted he makes very visceral films and he couldn't make this particularly visceral. But I thought, watching it, I was like, oh, there's a lot of little visceral moments. Like, he knows how to shoot. He's got some beautiful shots in there.
And there's a lot
great use of music. And he's like, there's hardly any music in here. But when there is music, it's the perfect music. Like, he's really good at music.
He said it was about a 200-page script.
Yeah.
Well, usually it's about 100-page
Aaron
script.
Sorkin kind of invented the walk and talk. If you watch The West Wing, it's all walking, talking fast. Boom,
that's
boom,
exactly
boom.
what this is.
And that's what this is.
But it's all very good.
But it's done really well.
Kate Winslet was really good. I don't know if I said that already, but she did great as basically the main supporting character.
My arm hurts. What else we have?
I felt a little awkward taking photos of it with a Windows phone.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Steve Wozniak's right there, and I didn't have an iPhone. It's like 10:30 at night. Sorry.
We're dead.
We
were sitting out in the rain for 3 hours.
This was like the most
to watch
spectacular
this
way
movie.
anybody could ever watch this movie, and it was amazing. And all these like famous people were there. The director was there.
Excited.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But we all had to like hike back to the car up a mountain in the dark, and the
gondola review will be
altitude
better.
gets to us a little.
Yeah,
Don't take our monotone to be that this is
really
not an
good.
outstanding movie.
It
And
was
you're all
a
going to
job
see it
well
because
done.
in a couple months it's going to be like, oh, this is like the Oscar contender for best director and best actor. It's going to be all that. It's everything you think it's going to be.
Yeah, it was really
when
good.
you hear what it is.
We'll maybe do a part 2 tomorrow after
Maybe
we slept.
in October when the film comes out, we can re-review it and be like, we'll have time to, I don't know.
Say all the things we wanted
It's
to
really
say.
good.
We could
really
have
good.
subtitles.
And we're really lucky to have just seen it the way we did. It was
absolutely.
awesome.
Definitely.
Telluride Film Festival.
Totally worth going to see.
Yeah.
It's getting weird now. We should probably.
All right. Well, we're gonna
This
sign
whole
off.
video is gonna just be a weird perspective of your arm.
Yeah, no. I haven't let go of it yet. Though.
Also, Landon got a little sick on the coffee, so we're hoping he doesn't puke in the video.
Oh, I hope you do. That would give us so much more views.
That would get it
Never happened
a little
yet.
more interesting.
That's okay.
I mean, sorry. I hope you don't.
Good job, Danny Boyle and everyone else. You made a great film. Keep making movies.
Success. Good job.
Y'all are good.
All right.
Just hit the button on the
Peace
top.
out.
Yeah. See ya.